going on, everybody? Uncle Mo here. Welcome to another edition of Mo's Mining Musings. We're doing a little team hunting tonight. I know you're thinking, hey, pal, if you're doing some hunting, why don't you change the name of the show? I mean, you know, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Mo's Mining Musings, these are household names that you just don't mess with, alright? Brand names. So, I'm just going to leave the name of the show the same, alright? We're up here with all the Temporal Destinies crew, and we're at a place called Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is sort of a little mini asteroid right next to the f.o.m.a asteroid and the main Calypso planet. Let's see if I can get it on space here. That's kind of what it looks like. And it has 4 little domes that you can hunt mobs in. Only hunting here. There's no mining. And if you kind of look at space here, they're actually changed space here. You got the new planet down here, Cyrene, or Cyrene, or whatever the hell it is. And here are your new locations for your Calypso space station, the f.o.m.a asteroid, and Crystal Palace is just right here. They're all much closer to each other now. So that's part of the latest changes. At any rate, yeah, you come out here to do some hunting, and we've got Evie back here that's doing some healing for us. I'll just tell you a little bit, I guess, about the equipment that we're using. Right now, I've got some adjusted pixie armor on. Now, this is the armor that you'll get as a reward. It's this yellow-looking armor. And once you complete your mentoring program, this is the free set of armor that you get from the game, so that's kind of cool. And what I've installed in it is some armor plating. It's little armor plates that you can buy that'll increase protection in certain areas. And here you can see there's protection against, there's different kinds of damage in this game, which is, you know, just a pretty recognizable system here compared to other MMOs. There's impact damage, cold, cut, stab, acid, and electric. And you can see by the orange numbers here that are a little bigger that the armor plating will enhance those particular protections at a cost. Every time you get hit here, these mobs are going to chip away at that plating a little bit. But yeah, these mobs down here, I think they do impact, cut, stab, and then also some acid damage, which I don't have protected against, but I could if I had this tiered up at all. Have these little tiers here you can unlock and install enhancers here as well. So yeah, other people in different kinds of armor a little bit that are a little more advanced, but this type of armor doesn't work too badly here. Now, there's no way I could hunt these things myself. I'm just too new hunting-wise. I haven't done very much of it. And so, yeah, we're all doing this as a team, and I just want to make sure I don't get one shot. So, that's the purpose of the armor plating today, so give Evie back here a little time to heal us up. She's healing us up using, I guess, the version of spells in this game. And that's... they're called Mind Force. They're really chips that are installed, cybernetic chips, and instead of ammo, they'll use something called Mind Essences ammo. That's your kind of fuel for those. This particular, these attack chips will kind of fire a frost type weapon at your enemy. I can't use it right now because unfortunately the graphic just kind of messes up the team hunt. But I'll try and show you that on a solo hunt here. So, but yeah, hunting some early, whatever, and slowly building up some loot. Hunting's really tough in this game. The markup on a lot of the loot you get is much lower than what you might get as a miner. So, on occasion, excuse me, on occasion you'll get some better items that sell for a nice huge markup that helps make up for that. For instance, if you're space hunting, you can get some generic fuses that have about 1,000% markup, and they're used to make the warp drives that people use here for their warp engines here. Any type of spaceflight ship that can use those. I hope the sound's coming out alright over all this gunfire. If not, I'll have to redo this, but so yeah, this is what we're doing. There's actually a little quest you can get up here for killing these guys. I've only got credit for 2 so far, but I don't know how that works in a team hunt type situation. And hey, we all got something. Team We Are Destinies. Good treacher with 50 pet. Alright. So we all got our first team global there. Probably wondering how loot might work in this game. There's just a bunch of different ways to do loot settings in this game. You can have a master looter. You can do an even split. And I would have to recreate a new team to show you all this. So I'll just tell you about it. You can set the loot to divide evenly depending on the amount of damage you do, which is the most popular. Because a lot of players, you know, they'll bring their disciples along and have them hunt with them. And you get your main guy putting out all this ped on ammo and whatnot and armor. And then, yeah, you know, you got some little guys just shooting a little bit of ped and armor at these mobs. So they're all doing different levels of damage, and the computer can keep track of that and divide the loot proportionally that way, which is good. It's a cool way to do it. Makes it fair for everybody. The only thing you have to worry about is if you get like a drop of, say, some sort of nice weapon, you'll have to manually kind of split that up. The computer will just choose one person to get that. But, you know, everybody, you know, if you're hunting with somebody out here, there's obviously a certain level of trust. You know, obviously we would handle a split on that just fine. What David Westmoreland's doing here is he's giving a lot of new people ped and just letting them hunt, and then they'll give back all their loot to him. So they're getting basically a free skill up today, which is really cool. I got my own bankroll, so I'm choosing to just buy my own, just in case we get into something big, you know, like a piece of that. So, but anyways, cool stuff. Like I said, hunting. There's nothing. It's pretty much just a big tank and spank, you know. There's nothing fancy going on here. You know, none of these mobs that I run into are, you know, they're not scripted or anything. They're not gonna change spells after they growl at you or anything like that. So just straight up DPS fight. Take a look at the hunting. There's a big team out there right now hunting hydras, and they're just getting all these hops. 30,000 ped there, 9,000, 3,000. Congrats to whoever those guys are. They are having a good day. Let's see what's going on in the mining world. Congrats to Friedhelm Belfen, McCrill. Those 6,000 ped or Narcanism. Narc is great stuff to get if you're mining. And manufacturing, not too much going on there. But yeah, I want to give you a peek at the loot that we're getting. We got some socket components here that are used to make certain different items that you might stick into your armor or something like that. As you can see, a lot of these have low ped value. The markup's very low, 103. Socket 1 components are pretty much worthless. Now, some of these do have like 200% markups, but you gotta get a nice stack of these if you're gonna sell them. You know, I'm up to 4 here, and you know, trader's gonna want a nice stack of 1,000 or so just to get started. So, traders and crafters, that is. Liver oil, 105% markup. See, most of this is really low percent markup stuff. Wool. Yeah, to make any money at this, you would have to really save up a lot of stacks, even if you wanted to get your 1% back. So it's tough going as a hunter. You really need to choose the right mobs, and you really need to hoff or global a lot. You just need to get that TT value back to make up for the price of everything we're burning here. Right now, I'm losing ped as far as ammo. Spending ped that way. We're spending ped with armor deterioration, and the plates are deteriorating. Eventually I'll have to buy new ones of those. We are spending ped with travel to get here, and if you got a bunch of loot, you're going to have to teleport that down and get down to the planet somehow. So that's probably going to be 7 ped that you're going to be out. Obviously the weapons we're using are degrading as well, so I'll have to buy a new weapon. I'm using right now Breer M2A. It's a laser weapon. I've already deteriorated it, almost 3.5 ped here. And that's just the weapon alone. And as you can tell by some of the TT values on this stuff here, 4 ped, this is kind of a grind. You got to grind to get all this stuff back. So, yeah, tough going as a hunter. But we're having fun here. Excuse me, folks. And some of these guys can make money at it. It's just I think it's just much tougher than mining. Yeah, hunting can get really expensive when you start soloing these higher level mobs using the higher level guns, amplifiers. I've also got a weapon amplifier in there that amplifies damage. Can't take it out right now since it's in use, but there's lots of little attachments you can load into your weapons that will amplify damage, or a scope that can help you zoom in if you want to get into first person mode. So you got your little scope there. So you can manually aim these things. I don't really bother with it. A lot of people, though, they much prefer to manually aim their weapons, and that's fine. It's still a tab targeting game. Let's see how we can do this here. I'm still real good at this. Once you turn your weapon on, you've got to remember when you're done killing the mob to cycle the weapon off, or it'll just keep firing. And it's just like wasting ped. But hopefully we can pick up a few globals, and if we all got a nice huge hoff, then I could potentially leave. Obviously all that loot's going to get divided up, so if we hit 2,000 ped off, I'd be lucky to get 100 or 2 of it. But even as far as being a new player, I'm still putting out some nice damage. A little bit of an upgraded weapon with a damage enhancer in there. So what do you guys think? You guys ready to try this game out yet? It is fun. Definitely a ton of stuff to do. I'm taking a break from mining for a little bit. I did hit a nice hoff recently, and just going to take time to dig it all up, and even longer than that to sell it. It's definitely something I don't intend to do. With the belt car I just hit, I'm going to go ahead and chop that up and sell it in little pieces, a little bit at a time. Try and get the most markup as I can for it. A lot of people might be tempted to just throw it all on as one sale on the market, but I don't think you're not gonna get the highest amount that you could for it doing it that way. That's kind of a wholesale transaction. And if you're not desperate for the ped, then there's no need to do that. A lot of different weapons in the game. I got a nice sword here. This is a knife. set that I'm trying to level up on knives. Yeah, I'm a Nightshade. I gotta have some knife skills, right? Different types of ammo here. You got your weapon cells, which is laser ammo. You've got some traditional bullet type ammo called BLPs. And you got some explosive projectiles, like if you want to buy, there's like some bazooka type weapons in the game, things like that are real fun. That would use those type of ammo here, explosive shells. Explosive shells you can't buy from the trade terminal. They do have to be dropped, but they're so common. You can see the markup here is quite low, 102%. A lot of people just build up their own stacks on these. So, but no need to heal today since we've got a healer plugging away for us. But there's these little there's different things you can use to heal. This one's called an herb box, real popular. I believe you find this in over on Next Island. So don't quote me on that. I gotta look that up. But it's very eco healer. It does not use very much PED per usage. So definitely a good one to have. And here's one from the new planet, Cyrene. People are liking these. I haven't tried it out yet. But I think people are really liking the economy of these things. So let's see if I can give it a shot here. Throw the icon up here. I kind of love the UI in this game. If you press this little button here, it'll kind of bring up your keyboard and icon settings. Yeah, any of these items, if you want to make a button for them, you can just drag them anywhere onto your screen, which is really convenient. If you want to get rid of them, you can just trash them. If you want to put them to an actual number, you can do that. So they're all hotkeyed. Very intuitive UI that you can manipulate just about any way you want. So let's try using this thing here. There's one use. That's all we're going to get out of it. And oop, that used up 5 pack. I'm not sure how eco that is. I think the herb box is much cheaper. But that's things you want to pay attention for. How much PED is every different type of item going to use? If you can use ones that burn up less PED and are still effective, then that item would be considered more quote-unquote eco. And so people tend to look for that in the game. And they want to do things as cheaply as possible that still have good effect. Slow grind, this hunting thing. Even if you're hunting solo, this loot builds up slowly. Some of these guys are dying over here. It's funny. But at any rate, folks, this is just a little bit of glimpse into hunting. If I've left some out or you got questions, if you want something featured a little better, definitely leave questions or comments. I'll try and arrange it the best I can. Thanks again to David Westmoreland for getting all this together. Sometimes he does things at a personal expense unnecessarily, so we thank you for that. A little chance to level up here, level our skills, and do something as a society together. It's always fun. These nasty mobs. At any rate, folks, thanks for checking it out. Entropia has a lot of statistics and things for these types of mobs. If you ever need to know what kind of damage they do, and then how to kind of select your armor and armor plates and things like that to defend against that. So all this data is online, or you can ask around, and people will really be happy to help you out. So Do comment, leave questions, post things that I may have forgotten to go over, but yeah, it's just a little basic look at some hunting, folks. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't tried the game out, give it a download, huh? You're missing out. Take care.